Starting out as a new YouTuber in 2026 can be very overwhelming. In fact, after I posted my first video last year, I got so overwhelmed that I went on a hiatus for almost a year. But that's all about to change because guess what? I have a plan. Hi, my name is Fable, a Cameroonian international student and a newbie YouTuber trying to figure out what kind of creator I want to be. If you're new here, welcome to this tiny space on the internet. I hope you make yourself comfortable, and if you like what you see so far, do consider dropping a like, subscribing, and following me on this journey. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of my ingenious plan to come back on YouTube, I want to first of all tell you a little bit about why I am doing this in the first place and why I need a plan like this. So a major reason why I took such a long hiatus is because I've been trying to figure out what kind of creator I want to be. If you're a creator like me who has gone down several rabbit holes of watching videos about how to start a YouTube channel, how to become successful as a content creator, then you must have heard a lot of creators say one of the major things you need to do as you start a channel is to find your niche or find what you want to be known for. And yeah, I think it's pretty good advice. But for someone like me who has a bad habit of observing the clouds and waiting for all conditions to be favorable before I sow, this meant I had to figure out every little detail about my channel before I even begin. I simply felt like I couldn't move on until I have done that. So instead, I would just sit around consuming content, endless content about how to start and what to do once you start without actually doing anything. Since the initial reason for creating a YouTube channel was for me to document my life and my experiences and also to create a community around these experiences, I believe the solution to my dilemma has always been staring me in the face, honestly.
This was still not working out the way I imagined. The picture was just not as clear as it was in my head. But then I thought, why not make the documentary about this, the process?
So there you have it, my great plan to becoming a master YouTuber. If I had to define every single detail about my channel, I might as well document it and make it into a series. And I'm calling this series Becoming a YouTuber. Okay, that sounds kind of lame. I might change it. Nevertheless, this is episode 1. Okay, if I'm going to be figuring out every single detail about my YouTube channel, I might as well make it part of the YouTube channel. Now, when it comes to the vision I have for my channel and the community I'm trying to build, there are so many aspects that I want to explore. I'm not very good at acting. I did a couple of acting gigs here and there when I was young, mostly family stuff. But now that I think about it, if I had continued with it, maybe my life would have taken a different trajectory by now. I guess we'll never know. My point is, my online persona is not about creating a different personality online than what I have in real life. It's about being authentic to myself, being true to who I am. A Jesus-loving, sometimes loud, other times quiet, a hobby collector, a creative, pain in the neck sibling, and a calm child. The entire idea of designing an online persona is just to know what aspects of my life I want to be known for online. Is it the computer science student and tech enthusiast side of me? Or is it the videographer and creative side? Or is it both? Why not? That's what I'm trying to decide. I guess you could say this is the part where I am defining my niche and what I want to be known for. I've always been more drawn to the more cinematic kind of content. I keep doing this a lot. The problem is, I think I've been defining what cinematic is a little off all this time. I always thought cinematic was about, slow, calm, serene, which, don't get me wrong, it's a huge part of cinema. But cinema is basically just film. How you want to express emotion and how you want the viewers to receive that emotion. But then again, everyone has their own definition of what cinema is. Some people say a video is only cinematic when it looks like a box office movie. Others say it's when your video has this color grading aesthetic vibe to it. And still others say it's when your video looks more like a Kumba bread cassette tape. But I think all of these are actually aspects of cinema. A common mistake that most people do is to try and stick to one aspect of it only and call it cinema. Again, it could be a personal choice, but that is a hole that I have fallen into. For those of you who follow me on other social media platforms, you do know that my more cinematic videos are always calm, scenic, aesthetic, and that's what I try to do, especially with the color grading and the slow pace, quiet videos. But I realized that that particular style of video alone does not give me enough room to kind of express the louder side of me, the more fun side, the more vibrant side of who I am. So I'm starting to kind of rethink what cinema means to me and how I'm trying to express that as a creator. Point number three. Point number three, content distribution. Now, I think I am on almost all social media platforms: LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X. But the question of, do I reuse the same content for one social media platform and all other social media platforms is something that I'm trying to figure out. Now, because I have several interests and these different platforms target different I'm thinking of distributing my content according to the different audience that I'm trying to reach. For example, for my TikTok page, I want to make it more free, fun, a little bit unfiltered. Get to know me, kind of. By the way, you should follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. On the other hand, Instagram is more sophisticated with higher quality videos and more meaningful captions, in my opinion. So, because I like to collect a lot of hobbies, I'm thinking of documenting it there instead. And then, as for my career and academics, that's where LinkedIn comes in. To be honest, I haven't used LinkedIn in a while. So maybe I should pick up networking as my next hobby because I need it fast. As for X, I used to post my tech journey and track my progress and do challenges. So maybe I'm going to go back to something similar or redefine it a little bit. Now, the only issue is who's going to be creating content for all these platforms. That's what we're going to figure out in this series, I guess. I have an embarrassing amount of unused footage. I have a full hard drive, a 256 gigabyte SD card that is completely full. This SD card in this camera is also 256 gigabytes and it's halfway full. I have some clips on my laptop and I have some uploaded footage on my OneDrive. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot. So what exactly am I going to do with all this footage since I'm technically starting over? Do I use them as overlays for future vlogs or future talking head videos? Do I edit them as vlogs, standalone vlogs, and post? What exactly am I supposed to do? I also do not want to discard the old clips because A, I am a hoarder for memories, and B, I feel like it's going to be a disservice to my old self who put in so much effort and so much time trying to get as many clips as possible and tell stories in her own way. So I would like to do something nice for her. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Obviously, there's so many more categories that I need to define and work on, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. Do let me know what you think of these categories and what direction you think I should take for each of them. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to join this tiny corner of the internet. You can also watch some of my previous videos here or somewhere and get yourself immersed a little bit in the world of Fable. But anyways, I wish you all a super blessed day. Stay creative and I'll see you all next time. Bye.